Boom. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday evening. We're going to be looking at the picks, looking at some swings, talking about everything, having a good time. So if you're ready, let's step into the war zone. So first and foremost, let me shout some of you out here. Please let me know where you're tuning in from tonight. Trading Wars Army strong in the building. STK, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Way, what's going on from Colorado? Adriana in the building. Ski, what's going on? Nick, what's going on? Takedo, what's going on, brother? Japan, great to see you, brother. Bad Indie in the building. PS, Hoop Invest, YouTube Ed, what's going on, guys? Good to see you all. Hope you guys are having a great evening. We have Josh from Wisco, what's going on? Nickel from Dallas. Who else? Marcelo from Houston, what's going on? Andy, Muskoka, Kinky, what's going on? Jill, Pittsburgh. Whiskey Ginger in the building from Cali. Beautiful. All right, my friends. So let's begin. Before we do the recap of the charts, let's go ahead and look at what we closed with today. And I've been waiting for this pattern for a very long time, and it finally has arrived. We have the inside bar. So I've been waiting for over a month now for another daily inside bar close. And the reason I like these inside bar closes on SPY is because they usually lead to good swing trading opportunities. So you could see the last simple inside bar we had was on the 25th of January, and that one had a nice rally. And just looking back, we haven't had them since November, single inside bars. So I'm really looking forward to playing this inside bar into next week. Boom. Francisco, what's going on, brother? With the $1.99. Thank you very much. Appreciate the $928 in profit from today. Thank you, brother. Well done. Yes, today was a marvelous day. So here we are. Nice inside bar. I'm going to set up a swing trade into next week. So what these inside bars do are they basically just consolidate. They trap a lot of traders because a lot of traders are expecting the market to break out, right? Like on a Friday, they're expecting it to go up, go down, but instead we just go nowhere. We go sideways and we close within Thursday's range. That creates an inside bar. The inside bar allows some of the option premiums to decay, so you can get a better deal on the contracts because you have one day of basically going nowhere, right? So the option premium is going to get hit because of that. So I'm going to be setting up some swing plays in the Discord for next week. But I wanted to share this with you guys. A very rare opportunity. We haven't had a single straight inside bar since January of the beginning of the year. So hit me with a 1 if you guys followed me there. So the inside bar, if you look at it on a 5-minute chart, you see that it basically is just doing it's, there are some day tradable opportunities, which I'll show you. We made money even though it was inside day, but it doesn't have explosive moves. It just kind of goes back and forth, up and down, and it gets trapped in the range. So you could see here, this is Thursday's high. We came close to attacking it, but we never broke it. And here's as well Thursday's low. We're not even anywhere near that. Okay, so that's an inside day right there. Very nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the recap for today and how we played it. So I'll hit the replay and we'll step right into this. So if I play the first bar here, you'll notice that we were inside of the previous day's range and we stayed inside of it. Okay. And I always tell you guys this. I always tell you, whenever we open inside, expect there to be a battle. There's going to be a battle back and forth, up and down. And the reason is because nobody is really in danger. The shorts are still okay. The bulls are still okay. Nobody's really in danger because we haven't gapped. We haven't gapped out of the range, or we're not opening near the high or near the low. Then we could have a stop run potentially. But in this case, because we're opening pretty much in the halfway point of the range, there shouldn't be any, we shouldn't expect there to be anything crazy. Okay. Hit me with a 5 if you understand that concept. Let's take our time today. I don't have anywhere to go. So we'll take our time and try to understand that. Let me write that down for you guys. So this is inside open, right? And that generally is going to have chop. That's what we can expect. And then later on, we will have a climax. And sometimes the climax comes at the end of the day, or sometimes it comes the next day. Okay. So that's what we have to be aware of. But I'll tell you something that I did see here. So I'm going to go to the live commentary and I'll walk you through this. So generally I wouldn't take an orb, right, on that day. But you'll see in my live commentary here that I started off and I said, let's try an orb on the 3 minutes small size to test the water. So we went short at 933. So let me explain why. So if we look at this candle in detail, one thing that I've been trying to do a lot more of is trying to make the orb a little bit more advanced on when I use it. So you can see what happened in this candle. This candle, it opened right here. It opened right here. You see this solid bar? It opened here and it pushed up. And this candle was bullish for a while. So in the first minute of the day, let's go to the minute chart. We could see it. We were bullish, right? So ignore this last 1 minute bar, outside bar. But if you go and you look at the first 2 minutes, we were bullish. And why I wanted to take an orb here is within the last minute of the 3 minute candle, we completely reversed. And you can actually see it here on the 1 minute chart. You could see it as an outside bar. Okay. So that gave me a lot of confidence that, okay, I can try an opening range breakout here and just put my stop on the other side because there was significant movement right at the end of the bar. So literally watching the bar as it's forming, and then it was here. And then the last minute went boom. And then when it came back down like that, I was like, okay, there's momentum here. Let me try the orb. Maybe we can go ahead and get a winner off of the orb. So hit me with a 7 if you followed me there. Okay. So the next one is, reading the candlestick in real time, right? And I saw that fake out, and you could see it on the 1 minute chart with an outside bar. So we could see it. You could physically see it. Okay. So once we have that here, guys, what we do is we just set up our orders. So if we break above the high, you want to go long. And if we break below the low, you want to go short. Very simple. Okay. That's what the orb is all about. So we broke it on the very next candle. Okay. And then some of you might be like, okay, well, how do we take profits? What do we do? So what I do is I take a Fibonacci and I stack it on the candle like this. And I start scaling out from the 272 target all the way down. And then I leave runners on. Okay. So you can see we started hitting all of these targets, and then we came over there, bam, right? And then we basically every new low, I'm also scaling out. So once we got down here, that's when when you get to this area, like the one is basically 100% measured move of the candle. You want to be out most of the position, and then you just want to leave a runner on in case there's a bigger move, right? And with the bigger move, you just go ahead and put your stop loss to break even, or you can trail these candlesticks on the way down. So that's another way, a very aggressive way of trailing. So I'll take you through the commentary. So we went short. First target 44743. Send me some energy. So we hit 44730, and then we went 44699. And I just kept walking everybody through. Now I'm looking for 44699, and then so on and so forth. And then I just walk everyone through my process. So we got short. Here's a target. Here's the next target, etc., and keep going down the ladder. And then we get the stop. We move the stop losses as well. So hit me with the 5 if you guys followed me there. So 3 is entry on the breakdown, then scale out using the fibs, and move trailing stop loss. Okay. Right. So normally what I would do is I would take another trade sometimes, but I was basically, we finished the week 5 days in a row green. So there's no need for me to take another trade. A lot of people always ask me, because when you look at the chart in hindsight, you could see a lot of great trades, right? But when I'm trading in real time, guys, like when I'm live in the room with everybody, if I make money, I'm not going to risk that money. Okay. Like it doesn't make any sense. I made money. So why would I risk it? It's hard to make money. It's already hard enough. So why would I go back and risk it again, right? But the next setup we had, I didn't take it, but I know some people did in my room. If we just take the Fibonacci from the low to the high here, we came back to the 618 on the inch. This is the previous day's range right here. We tagged the 618 right there, and then you'll see this. Boom, that was it. Okay. But personally for me, I got you guys, you have to figure out what works for you, but I don't like to overtrade. I guess it's because I've been trading for a long time. So if I get a winner, I make my money, I'm done. YouTube Ed, thank you very much for the 199 super sticker, brother. Very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right. Do you buy a put closest to the money? Yeah, I mean, depends on if you're playing a swing or if you're playing a 0 day to expire. If you're going 0 day to expire, you could even play in the money and just go for a move. Yeah. 0 days to expire is usually I go one strike out of the money. Okay. So there we go. So we had that 620 that came back, and that was a nice one. I didn't play that, but I know some people did. We had and that was it. Pretty much after that, the morning was the easiest part to play. There was a short, there was a reversal. It was really nice. And then after that, we got into this chop zone here on Friday. Okay. So yeah, so I always call out in the room the plays that I take. And I don't, if I, like I said, if I start off and I make money, most of the days I won't take another trade. Just no need to. All right. So hit me with a 10 if you guys follow me there so far. Hit me with a 10. Yeah. I didn't play any triggers today because if you think about the triggers, right? The trigger was up here and we already had a huge rally. So I'm not going to chase anything. I wouldn't chase anything. That's not my style. If we opened up here and then we pushed through the trigger, that would be different. All right, great. All right, so let's go back to the daily chart here and say, okay, well, we have this inside bar now, so we're going to be looking for a swing trade into next week. Tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a full recap on SPY for the week, and I'll walk you through all the setups. I think we only had one loser this week. Was it one? I think it was one. Only one loser this week and 5 or 6 winners. So I think I'm getting better at this. Better and better. So I'm really, really happy about that. Let's go ahead and look at some of the stock plays because the stock plays really made me a good bit of money today. I made about $2,500 on the stock play. So let's look at those. So the big ones were MU and Moderna. These two here, let's walk through them right now. Hit me with a 5 if you want to walk through some stocks. And then I also have some swing plays ready for you guys. All right. So we can go ahead and look at that. So let's start off here with MU. So MU was my big play on the day. No, sorry, not MU. Moderna was my biggest play on the day. Let me go to the Twitter. I'll show you guys the gains. So here we go. So 1,637 on Moderna and 713 on MU. Those are my two big boys today. If we look at Moderna, I'm going to walk you through it. And let's talk about this in detail, okay? So anybody, what are you guys drinking today? Let me know in the chat. What are you guys drinking today? Coffee, tea, Hennessy? What do you guys have? What are you guys drinking today? So here's an inside bar on the daily. So this is kind of similar to SPY, right? It's pretty much the same thing that's happening on SPY right now. And the inside bar on the daily, what it does is it really just kills option premiums. It goes sideways. And generally, if you look at the inside bars, right, just look at the past history, we generally make a move the next day. Okay. We generally make a move. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm looking for a move. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm going based on the chart. That's why we have charts, right? So if I go down to the 5-minute chart now, let me show you my trigger for Moderna, which was 158.93. So I'll go ahead and draw that for you guys. 158.93. Okay, so that was our long entry, pretty much lining up with the previous day's high right there. So first candle comes in, beautiful. It opens below the trigger and it comes up and it fills you. So I love this. I have the order waiting. So these trades are automated, right? And I just have them waiting. So I see Corona, Grey Goose, whiskey. You guys are doing it. You guys are doing well. Bud Light Platinum, very good. H2O, that is an interesting one. So we opened below the trigger right here. We pushed up. We broke through the yellow line, which was our trigger long. And then check this out. Bam. Okay. So very, very clean. So you'll see that I was able to actually get out at the top today, which is kind of crazy. But some people might think that there's no way you could do that. But if you use the fibs, you can. And I'll show you how I did that. I took the fib from the low to the high of the previous day. And like I told you guys, right? I use the Fibonacci as my targets. It's the same thing on a 5-minute candle, and it's the same thing on the daily chart. So that's very interesting. So I actually sold my last piece right here on the 618. So it feels pretty good to do that. But I'm just trusting the fibs, guys. And here's another thing. So even if you missed, if you missed the initial buy entry there, if I get rid of this, we had a nice fib leg. So let me just go from low to high. We had a beautiful 618 right there, guys. Doesn't get any better than that. This one was beautiful, exceptional. This is like art. This was a beautiful trade because we had the trigger. You missed it. You got the 618. And I know you guys love the 618. I love it so much. It's beautiful. All right. Hit me with a 5 if you follow me there. Hit me with a 5. So I made the most on Moderna. Then we had MU. So MU, same thing here, guys. We broke down. So let me get the trigger here for MU. So MU is 72.39. So this is nice when you can make money on something short and then on something long, because it gives you like a hedge, right? So again, so we opened above the trigger, we got filled on the way down, boom, 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 hit our targets. That was it. Okay. So, and now I'm going to show you something crazy with this one. So the reason why I didn't make as much money on MU is because it only went to the 50 extension. So let me draw this here like this. I think this is the high here. Yep. So MU only went to the 50% extension. So if you look at my Twitter, you see I only made 713. If MU actually went to the 618, I would have made more. But I took some off on the 50, and that's where it reversed. So one of the most powerful tools that I don't think a lot of people know about is the power of the previous day's range extensions, because a lot of the algorithms and a lot of people like myself, we use them as targets. So it's always a great place to trade a reversal using that previous day's range extension. We did that last Friday on Apple with calls. We did that one live on YouTube. So this is a very great strategy, guys. So I would have made more on MU, but I unfortunately didn't. And then I did net and CVX. So these ones chopped me up. You could see net here. It never actually broke out of the range. Instead, net did a double inside bar. And this is very rare. So I'm going to be playing net on Monday. But if it does become a double inside bar, then you're probably going to lose, because you're not going to get the targets. But a double inside bar, it's a very rare pattern. The last time we had that was November 8th of 2021. So that is what happens when it doesn't work. You can get into a situation like that, which is rare. So I rather play, if it's a rare situation, I'm totally fine with that. All right. So hit me with a 4 for the 4 horsemen, and hit me with a 4 if you follow me there. All right. I showed you guys before like if I'm making 1,500 on, let's say, Moderna, and 700 on MU, on net, I'll lose about $400 or $500. That's the way you got to keep it. Your winners have to be above your losers. That's all it takes in trading. It's a very simple game. If your winners are more than your losers, you're going to win. What are the biggest downfalls? What are the biggest pitfalls? I guess a lot of people tell me to talk about psychology, so let's talk about it. What are the biggest pitfalls? The biggest pitfall is averaging down to a position. Only very few people can do that. And I know how to do it safely, but it's taken me many years. And trust me, in the first few years when I traded, I've averaged down and blown up accounts. So hit me with a 1 if you feel like that's a major issue, averaging down. So if a position goes against you, you start buying more. So let's say you go long right here at $112 and it keeps coming down and you just don't want to take a stop loss. So you just keep buying more and more and more and more. And then all of a sudden you're in a position that's really, really big. And then it keeps going down. And then you just say, whatever, it's an investment, and you blow up. All right. So that's 1. I got to sneeze. Hold on. All right. Second one is, I think averaging down is probably the craziest one. I really do. You got to be a real trader to know that, because we've all been there. Second one is basically getting cocky. So trust me, at some point you're going to have a winning streak. You could be the worst trader in the world, but you will win. It's all probability and math. You will win. And like, for example, this week we won 4 days in a row on SPY. Okay. But on Friday, today, that doesn't mean that I'm going to triple my size. Right. So I think the other biggest mistake is being on a winning streak and then thinking that you're unbeatable and then tripling your size. So, for example, let's say you buy one option contract. And then all of a sudden on Friday, you're the king and you're buying 5 and 10 contracts. You see a sweeper alert, you see flow, you see cups and handles. You're seeing everything now. You've seen the matrix, right? You're seeing spoons and forks and ballerinas and J-Los, bottoms and tops. You're seeing all this stuff. And then you're like, all right, I'm in 5 contracts. Let's go sweeping. Sweeping is coming in. Flow, this, that. And then what happens? What happens is this. You get this. Get an inside day. And all of your options go to 0. So hit me with a 2 if that's happened to you before. That's happened to me, trust me. Everything that I'm telling you guys, it's happened to me. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because it hurts to lose money. It hurts to lose money that you don't have as well. Like or money you've been working so hard to save. It hurts. Like like you can cry, you can break down. I've done that before. When I first started trading, you lose 10, 15, 20 grand and you just feel like your world is over and you feel like so embarrassed. Like you feel embarrassed, like you don't want to talk to your family, you don't want to talk to your spouse, you don't want to talk to anybody because you feel so dumb. How could that happen to me? I'm smarter than that. Hit me with a 3 if that sounds like something you've been through. So it's a really dark rabbit hole, and I try to give you guys a way of trading that's going to protect you. That's my main goal. So there is greed, there's cockiness, there is doing dumb things. And let me think. Another one is just Friday. Really, Friday is probably the most dangerous day of the week. And that's because of the lottos. It's the most dangerous day of the week. How many times have you made money in the beginning of the week and given it back on Friday? Hit me with a 5 if that's happened to you before. Don't worry. I'm going to be giving you guys some solutions. Don't worry. But I want to talk about them and let's see. So how many times have you made money at the beginning of the week just to lose it all on a Friday? So let me write some of this down. So what do we have? The issues. What are the issues we deal with? We deal with greed. We deal with Friday issues. We deal with, what was the first one we talked about? What was the first one we talked about? That was a good one. The first one was, I can't remember. What was the first one, guys? Let me know. Over trading. That's another one. Let me see what else we have here. Averaging down. Very good. Yeah, that's the one, man. That's going to kill you. Or put like 3 stars beside that. For position sizing here. And what else? What else do you guys face? So we have greed. We have overtrading, average down, position sizing. Here's another one that my brother was dealing with the other week, is not locking in profits. Has that happened to you? Have you done a good trade, seen it go up, made great money just to see it go back down to 0? not locking in profits. Has that happened to you? Hit me with a 1 if that's happened to you. And we could also put fear. Yeah. So we have greed, and then the other side is fear. You know, not locking in profits. That's a big one. Okay. So now, are you ready for the solution? I'm going to be honest with you. Are you ready for the solution? Hit me with a 10 if you're ready for the solution. Take a drink. Take a sip of your drink, whatever it is. H2O, O2H, whatever you got. Corona, Budweiser, Heineken, whiskey, whatever you got. Take a sip of that. Ready for this? All right. So, what has helped me the most, honestly, is automated trading. That has helped me the most. You see these trades executed by themselves. I put this in Thursday night. Okay. So it has a target. It has a stop loss. It has an entry. I could sleep in on Friday. I don't even have to wake up. And this will do its own thing. Okay. This is one part. This is from the stock room. These are these trades. In SPY, we still do live trading. But this has given me a mental ease because I always know that this is working in the background for me. And it gives me peace of mind and confidence. Right? So there's something about setting your plan up the night before. You already know what you're getting yourself into. So let me give you an example with Moderna. All right. So with Moderna, I knew my maximum downside is $800. My maximum downside in Moderna is $800. And my maximum upside is, let me think, it's about $2,000, $2,000 or $3,000, depending on if everything perfect scenario. So I'm already at peace with that. So we'll talk about options in a second. I'm already at peace with that. Okay. And I think that's been the biggest change in my trading over the years. And the other thing is the swings. The swing trading, I automate those as well. So throughout the week, that's going on in the background and I don't really have to do anything. And then so hit me with a 5 if you're following me there so far. So that deals with the greed and fear because it takes it over. It deals with the over trading because it's just one trade. I use interactive brokers. Okay. You deal with the averaging down because it's just one trade. Okay. You deal with position sizing because you set up your size the night before. And it deals with locking in profits because you lock in your profits automatically. Okay. And you can do the same thing with options. I wrote about it in my book. It's called Conditional Orders. Okay. But let's talk about options now, because this is another part that makes it hard. So options, first of all, on a Friday, if you don't hit it in the morning or the middle afternoon, you have a high chance that it's going to go to zero, period. So we're talking about the lotto play on a Friday. Let's talk about that. If you don't hit it pretty much off the open or on a pullback, you're probably going to go to zero. And I did a test with that. And the more, from my experience, the more trades you take on a lotto 0 days to expire, the more likely it is to go to zero. Hit me with a 2 if that makes sense to you. 0 days to expiry is one of the hardest things to do. And the issue is, it's not that it's not great. It can be exceptionally great. But the reason why most of you are struggling with it is because your position size is way too high. Way too high. And I'll tell you why. Because everybody in this game doesn't tell you what the stop loss is for their lottos or whatever. If it goes up 2%, it's a winner. If it goes up 1%, it's a winner. Do you agree with me? Hit me with a 5 if you agree with me. Everybody that you follow, if they're going to get a lotto, and if it goes up 1%, it's a winner. But what's a stop loss? What is it? I'll tell you. If you're going to trade lottos, you have to risk the full premium. That's it. You have to be okay with that. Otherwise, don't trade it. Trade future contracts. Trade future contracts. Okay, you have a small account, trade futures contracts. We trade futures contracts every day. You get high leverage. And it's just like trading shares. You don't have any Greeks. Why would you put 100 more factors against yourself? Have you ever heard this saying before? If it doesn't work, cut it. Have you heard that saying before? Hit me with the 2 if you've heard that saying before. Well, as soon as it doesn't work, I'm just gonna cut it. Have you heard that? I swear to God, that is one of the things that piss me off the most. Because when you trade, if you really trade, you would never say something like that. Because nothing rarely works right away. Doesn't. Look, if I take an opening range breakout on SPY, this one we took in the room, I know my stop loss is there. I know my stop loss is on the other side, and that's it. That's it. There's nothing about don't cut it if it doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. My stop loss is there, and that's it. You need those type of rules. So what I like to say is if you're going to do 0 days to expiry, just understand whatever you put in, that's your risk, and that's it. So don't put in $1,000 if your account is $1,000. Do like $100 max, $50 max. Okay? Because you have to be okay with that part of the game. That is the safest way to think about it. Then later on, you can add in real rules. You can say, okay, well, I'm going to cut it on an orb like this. So if it comes back, so let's say, okay, let's look at this orb. Okay. Let me pull up the option chain on Yahoo and let's look at this one. Okay. So SPY options chain. We'll look at this one together. Okay. So if we go back to this chart, okay, here's your orb. So let me give you guys a real example. So our trigger for the short was right here on the low, and that is 447.59. So we'll be looking for the 447 put, basically, which is right here. So let's draw that as well. Okay. So we'll go to the option chain. Am I going to be able to, oh, shit. I think it already refreshed on my ass. Okay, anyways, we can use this one. That's fine. We can use this one. So 447 is here. So let's just say we did the following week. All right. Which is okay. 1 day, 5 minute. All right. So here we go. Okay. So basically your orb is right here, right? It's basically in the, let's go to the 1 minute or 2 minute. We could see it even better. So 4.8 is right here. So your orb is pretty much right here at 934. So that's like 248, whatever, 250, and it goes to a high of 298. Okay. So on this side here, you know what your flip side is though. So basically here, it's like you're risking 20%, because if it turns back around here with next week's contract, it's probably going to be about 20% loss. So now you know you have to go for that 20%, right? But that's a system. So now you know in your head, I'm risking 20%. I got to make 20%. That's now you're going 1-to-1. Now that makes sense. But if you're always saying when I make 2%, it's a winner, or 3%, it's a winner, but you're risking 100% of the contract, you're never going to make money. Okay. And this is something else that I want to talk to you guys about. And some of you are not going to like it, but it's okay. I think I need to say it. If you can't make money trading shares, you shouldn't be trading options. If you can't make money trading shares or futures, I'm talking about things that don't have any other variables. It's literally buy at $10, sell at 11. If you can't make money doing that, you should not be trading options. And a lot of you don't want to hear that, but I'll tell you that's the truth. Because the options have so much more variables. Yeah, there's more upside, a lot more upside, but there's things that you can't control. You can buy an option when it's at $10, when the price is at $10, and then it can go to $11, and you can still lose money because the premium was too expensive. So my solution to this is do the 100 trade challenge. So how do you do that? Well, you do 100 trades with shares, and you do 100 trades with options. You sit down at the end and you see which one made you more money. That's it. Once you get through that challenge, you'll know the answer. The one time I would always prefer options is if I am swing trading. Always. Because in this market, you don't want to hold a position overnight with a lot of size. All right, hit me with a 5 if you guys follow me there. That makes sense. So did that help? Okay, to summarize, what we have to do is this. You want to automate as much parts of your trading that you can. Make it automated. Don't have to take the human part out of it. The human part is the part that messes you up. You could have good intentions, but the greed, the fear, all that stuff can mess you up. Okay? So automate as much as you can. That's part one. The second thing is really see if the tool you're using, whether it's options, shares, or futures, are you using the right tool for you? Are you yes or no? And the only way you'll know that is with the 100 trade challenge. Do the 100 trade challenge. Okay? Do the 100 trade. Do 100 trades. 100 trades with the options, 100 trades with the shares. Do 100 trades with the futures and see what your profit is. See what it is. Paper trade. Don't use real money. Can you commit 6 months of your life? Can you commit 6 months of your life to find the truth for you? Because trading is an amazing thing that everybody and people could be making money in 1 million different ways. So if you can commit 6 months to that, do your back testing, your paper trading, try all of the instruments, get your strategy down. So you already know the strategies because we talk about them all the time. Can you do that? I'm asking you. Hit me with a 1 if you can do that. Hit me with a 2 if you can. If you can't do it, then honestly, friends, I'll tell you this. It's better off to maybe just invest your money in something and just let it sit for the long term. It might be better just doing that. That's the truth. I'm just going to tell you guys, man. I want to tell you the truth. That is the honest truth today. Every day I ask myself, what is my purpose? Every single day I say, what's my purpose? Well, my purpose is to help my friends, my family, my community. That's my purpose, to be the best version of myself and to speak the truth. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So you gotta commit to this to make it work. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. All right. So automation, we need to revisit that again. So we probably need to do a lot more sessions on automation. But the reason that I don't like to talk about it as much is because not everybody's broker is capable of doing it. So that's the problem. And I don't want to force anybody to change their broker because it's the personal decision, you know. I'm not sponsored by any brokers. So and I don't want to make people switch their accounts just because of this and that. And I don't want to be a part of that. So hit me with a 2 though if you think we need some more automation lessons. All right. Okay, so let's look at some swing trades now, and then we'll wrap this up. I appreciate you spend some time with me on a Friday night. Okay, let's begin. Weekly chart. So I just ran some scans here, and I got this list. So let's start off here. So we have X, United Steel Corp. Nice tight inside bar. So let's look at this in the past. When did we have an inside bar? Well, we had a simple inside bar back in November, which had a nice move. X does usually have some, it does have some inside bars. Generally, it's not rare, but I definitely like it because usually after the inside bar, there is some kind of move. So X, I'm watching that. Chewy has a holy grail. So the last time Chewy had a holy grail was actually back here on the 25th of January, 2021. So that was last year. And it was actually a Ragnarok because we had an inside over here as well. And we actually took this trade. I remember it quite clearly, actually. Let's go and find that trade. We took that trade, we locked in profits, and we had some runners and it just got destroyed after. So we got out on the rest of the position. We got out at break even and we made money on the first push. So let me find that one. January. Where are you? I remember taking this. Here it is. Chewy back in February. And it was at all-time highs. I remember that. So there you go. So there it was. So that was the last time we took that holy grail play. So we have one again here. So on a 1 to 10, what do you guys think about Chewy here? So it is sitting on a major Fibonacci as well. If I take this from the all-time low to the all-time high, you can see that 786 has been trying over and over and over again. So definitely looking for that again. Nice play there. So I really like this one. So I'm going to be posting the trading plan for Chewy sometime this weekend in the room. I like that a lot. So let's continue. Monster. So if we look at this chart for Monster Beverages, this company has obviously been in an uptrend. We could see that very clearly. What we're doing here is we're completing a Fibonacci to the downside here. If I take my fib from this high to the low like this is a bigger picture fib. You could see that we actually touched the 50% extension pretty much exactly. And a bull algo stepped in right there to buy that dip. So that's pretty impressive. And then if we take the fib from the low to the high right here, we're also on the 50. So we have a lot of confluence here, 50 on 50. And then we have a tight little inside bar sitting right in this range here. So very nice setup as well. 1 to 10, what do you guys think about that one? So this one looks pretty good. Then we have MasterCard. So we traded MasterCard a lot last year. We traded all these patterns here on MasterCard. So I think I'm interested again in getting into MasterCard now. I really like that inside bar that's sitting on a fib. If I go from high to low like that, that's a 618. Really nice. So that's a really good one with MasterCard. This one is Neo, just an outside bar. Not really too hyped about Neo, but nice outside bar. Pfizer, this one looks pretty good too. We have a very powerful outside bar that it's still in this uptrend, right? So if we look here and we take the fib from this anchor here to the high, you could see that we tagged that 786. So that bull algo is still trying to make new highs here. Okay. So that one looks good too. So on a 1 to 10, what do you guys think about that one, Pfizer? I like that. A lot of good plays coming in next week. Snap, outside bar. I don't play this one anymore. You could see how nasty of a chart this is. Boom, 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 boom. Not interested. American Airlines. I don't usually play airlines, but this is a very powerful outside bar for anyone interested. I mean, that was a nasty fake out. For a lot of people were going bullish on airlines, and then we just made a new high by a little bit here. You could see we went up like a tiny bit, and then we sold off, boom, immediately. And earnings is coming up as well. Earnings is 21st of April. Okay, so be careful with that one. I wouldn't be playing that. Facebook, nice, beautiful outside bar, long wick. Earnings coming up as well. But we've been watching this for a long time on Facebook. I remember back in the day when this was the all-time high. So we're coming back there again, and we're getting resistance. So nice outside bar that did trap a lot of bulls as well. Tesla, let me remove these drawings. Powerful outside bar on Tesla, guys. It's a very powerful outside bar on Tesla. Right up here, up on the 786. Very, very powerful outside bar on Tesla. We have earnings, so I think a lot of things are going to depend on earnings, April 20th. But we could have a rally into earnings, or maybe a little sell-off into earnings. Still some time, we got a few weeks. So a lot of these plays are pre-earnings plays. All right. So the way you play these inside bar, the inside or the outside, you could take the breakout of the bar simply, or you can drill down like what I like to do from my book. I like to drill down, and I like to go to the daily chart and look for better entries that I can get a good risk to reward. So 1 to 10, what do you guys think about Tesla? I think this is crazy. That's what I think. Comcast, weekly outside. PayPal, weekly outside. Target, what's going on here? Crazy bar on Target. Pins, same thing. Johnson & Johnson, strong, all-time highs, outside bar. So if you're bullish on this, you got to watch that level right there. Okay. Procter & Gamble, same thing, trying to go into new all-time highs. And I've been trading a lot of Procter & Gamble these days. And Oracle, another nice one here. Nice rejection. All right. So there we go, guys. There's a big list. So what I'm going to do with this list is I'm going to narrow it down to maybe 3 or 4. And I'm going to put the orders in on the weekend for these. I'm going to put it in the Excel file for everyone to use. I don't want to trade more than that because there's a lot of earnings. So I don't want to get too into these trades and then earnings comes, blah, blah, blah. I rather look for some earnings run-ups or sell-offs, and then let earnings come through, then reassess, and then continue forward. Okay. I wonder if I could share this. Settings, export list, share list, copy link. Let's see if I'm going to send this to you guys right now. Tell me if that works, please. Oh, this is cool. That's really cool. Share my watch list with you guys. Let me know if you guys get that. And I'll just share these every week with you guys. I didn't know we could do that. Marcelo wants us to check out MRO and Ford. I don't see any patterns here on the weekly for Marathon. So nothing from yeah. So both of these, you know, Ford had an outside bar last week, which led to the sell-off here, but I don't see any patterns right now that I would play off. So I would just wait for a pattern to set up. All right, guys. So remind me then, I'll be trying to share these watch lists with you every single week. How do you get the yellow indicator on TradingView? Yellow indicator. That's a part of my indicators. If you just go here, you can change the color. So I make the bars yellow. All right. Any Trading Wars Army members or anybody, hit me with 5 chart requests. Let's get this. Let's do some chart requests and then we'll wrap it up. Yeah, I'll try to share that. I'll try to share those watch lists with you guys every week. Yeah. All right. Let's go AT&T. I mean, I don't really like trading AT&T because it's just usually doesn't move. Earnings coming up around the corner here, so I don't see any pattern on the weekly in particular. So I wouldn't be interested on it. Let's go back to Tesla for Angie. Yeah, so this outside bar right there, literally we have to watch this range next week. So here's your low, here's your high. I want to play off of that bar. That's going to be a very important bar. Joan from Whiskey Ginger in the building. Joan. Yeah. So same thing. I don't see any patterns here. No insides or outsides. So if we don't have a pattern, we just move on. AMD. So same thing. AMD. We had that outside bar last week. A lot of these outside bars from last week ended up following through. But right now, nothing that I'm interested in with AMD. Nothing that I could see that there's a setup. So we're just gonna wait. QQQ. So the Qs and the SPYs are very similar in the analysis. The Qs just usually move a little bit more than SPY. That's the difference. NVIDIA. So we were waiting to go long on NVIDIA up here in the 280s, right up here. And thank God we didn't, because it never came and filled us. So thankfully we dodged a bullet there with NVIDIA. Haven't taken a play on that yet. If you look at this as the monthly chart, we're still inside of the range of the last month. So we could just basically sit here until earnings. So be careful. I want you guys to be careful going into next week. Just remember that we may chop around for earnings. So be careful. XBI. So this is biotech. Yep. So monthly, don't see anything. Weekly. Yeah. So we had an outside bar false breakout last week. Don't really see anything. I do see a big fib here. Let's see. So this one looks kind of like Chewy here with the 786. So don't really see anything else though. All right, let's get Bank of America for our brother Ramon. Yep. I see a little leg here. This is a little fib leg right there. The bar itself is just neutral. So I would just watch for the break of this bar going into next week. So this weekly range, I will play off of that. And last one, let's do pins for our brother. Pins. Yeah, that's a big time outside bar. That one is a nasty one because it was a fake out. You could see it broke. Look at all these levels. We broke it. So it looked like at the time when it was green, everyone was like breakout, 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 and then boom, shut down. So be careful with that one. Yeah, pins is in a crazy, crazy position right now. But I definitely think that's a good outside bar. So with the outside bars, you could just take the break, keep it simple. Okay, last one for Adriana. ZI. Zoom info. Nirvana. Good catch. Haven't. This is the only one that has a Nirvana. Let's add it to our list. Adriana is always on top of this. So powerful Nirvana pattern here. The break above or the break below should definitely set up a potential new trend here on Zoom info. So pay attention to that. All right, there we go. We did it. I mean, 56 minutes didn't really feel like that. I think we had a good time today. I tried to just take my time and give you guys some education in all ways that I can and make sure I do my part with the community and help people as much as I can. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for your time. As always, check me out at tradingwars.com. Only, guys, only tradingwars.com if you're interested. Don't let these scammers get to you. I feel sorry for, I spoke to somebody that had a bad experience with one of these scanners, and I'm I feel very sad for them because they impersonate people, including myself, and then they try to get you on Telegram or on all these weird things. Only tradingwars.com for me. Okay, that's the only way I can protect you guys. Tradingwars.com. That's it. Okay, so if you get any one of my 3 books, guys, you get 1 month for free in the room. You could trade with us on Monday. I'll be posting the swing stock picks probably tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Okay, or you can sign up directly here, guys, if you're interested. Otherwise than that, my friends, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I did. Definitely enjoyed spending time with you. And I'm going to do a detailed SPY stream tomorrow so we can walk through all the SPY trades for the week step by step. And thank you very much again for your time. Enjoy the rest of your night. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. If you comment, you have a chance to win the giveaway on Sunday. So Trading Wars Army, thank you. Take care.